Hello and welcome on board of the Teams freeware project. Um, just making this tutorial to give you an overview of how to change themes to better suit your local site, and just to demystify the HTML a little bit maybe. So it's a pretty simple process and I'll just delve straight into it. So first thing you want to do, download the Teams application. So to do that you need to go to the FreeCamp project space. So fire up your internet. There you go. And just go to freedcamp.com. Use your login details. I think I set it to just automatically log in. Go to the project. Go to files. And in here, the national teams template. And you will want, the first time round, you're going to want the teamsnational.zip. So that's got all the files, so all of the pictures associated with it, all the fonts which it's using, everything, all the style sheets, to make it look the way it does. Now you're free to change those, but they're all in there for this first version. After that, if there's any updates, you might want to just replace the index file rather than download the whole lot and replace everything, because the style sheets aren't very likely to change. So that's the file which contains all the treatment recommendations and all the text and everything. So just upload that separately. It's still in here, but just to make it a bit easier, just to replace rather than replace everything every time you do an update. So to download Teams National, just click on Teams National. And save file. There you go. Okay. Another way you can do that is you just click the tick box and then you hit download and it will do the same thing. The choice is yours. So that's downloaded. Open up the folder. There it is. And actually we want to right click and extract all. There it is. And I might just whack that on the desktop for today. Okay. Extract. And there you have it. Your own copy of Teams on your desktop somewhere in all this mess. I think that might be it. Cool. So in there you can see a whole lot of files you don't have to worry about, and the index, which is the one you're going to change treatments to match your hospital. So there's a bunch of ways to change HTML documents. You can just use Notepad, which comes with Windows. You can use Notepad++, and there's about a million programs to do it with. My personal favorite is Sublime Text Editor, because you can just download that to your USB stick. You don't need admin privileges to run it, and I think it looks pretty cool too. So I'm just going to fire that up. I'll just go into my USB stick, Sublime Text, and fire up the old Sublime Text. Cool. And so I'll whack that on the right. And if you're wondering how to open the file, you just go File, Open File, browse to the desktop. There's your Teams National, and you want to open the index file. Don't worry about any of the other ones. Hit open, and then there you have it. All the Teams source code, all 30,000 lines, whatever ridiculous amount it is. So we've got that, and we got that. Next, you're going to want to open the index file. So right click on that and hit open with. I prefer Firefox. You can use whatever you want. And there it is from the file. So you can see up there, it's saved to desktop and it's opening up on the desktop. So it's the same as what would be uploaded onto the server and does the same things. It's just it's saved to your desktop. So that means we can change it right here in real time, and the changes will show up on this every time we refresh the web page. So one of the first things you're going to want to do is get rid of this Teams is for testing purposes only recommendation apps. Or you might want to leave that on, and maybe you just want to change your email address. So to do that, that's pretty easy. We just go Control and H, or you can go find Replace, Control plus H, and then on here, let's find john.shanks@nt.gov.au and replace that with bianca.smith@queensland.health.gov.au. Sounds good. Replace them all. There you go. Okay, then you want to save it. And over here, refresh it. Bam. Bianca Smith. And then if we click into one of these, for testing purposes only, please email any recommendations to Bianca Smith. There you go. You could just do that. That's a very simple way to do it. And then all those emails will come to you for recommendations to suit your site. So that's a very easy change. Now let's say, for instance, your treatment for a carbuncle is a little bit different. So you ask if there's any signs of cellulitis, and if someone's got no penicillin allergy and they're an adult, you don't want to treat with Diclox. You guys use Fluclox oral, okay, for example. Okay, so up the top it'll say Carbol2C2. That's that page identifier that you've ended up at. So in here we want to find. So you go, find, Control F. I should stop using the little keys, the little hotkey things. And you want to find Carbol2C2. Alright, and you can remember from back here it asked, are you an adult patient or pediatric patient? And when you clicked adult patient, it took you through to that. This is this page here, start of carbuncle page, Carbol2C. Okay, up the top it says Carbol2. Or maybe this isn't that one. So I'll go back to it. Maybe that goes across a bit more. Yeah, sorry, it was cut off by the top of the bar. So that's Carbol2C. Up here we've got Carbol2C. So that's always the page ID in here in ID. So Carbol2C says, you got your little preamble saying please email Bianca Smith for everything. Then it says carbuncle. Carbuncle. Is this patient a child or adult? Is the patient a child or adult? Pediatric patient will take you to Carbol2C1. Adult patient will take you to Carbol2C2. Okay, we're interested in changing Carbol2C2. So let's find the next Carbol2C2 reference, which is the actual page, Carbol2C2. So then Carbol2C2 says, same things, treatment. Most carbuncles require only excision and drainage with no antibiotic treatment. Little preamble there, and then it says, you should use dicloxacillin 500 milligrams orally. Well, this is pretty easy to fix. Let's change that over to flucloxacillin 500 milligrams orally, 6 hourly for 5 days. Wow, very easy. File, save, and then over here, hit refresh. There you have it, Fluclox. Easy change. That's about it. Let's say, for instance, you wanted to add a section, perhaps. So, I'm not feeling very creative, so I can't think of a good treatment. But let's just say mystery infection. Okay, so up the front, all this stuff up the top, you don't have to worry too much about. This is just the style sheets, and if you do want to get into changing the styles, I'm happy to just shoot me an email and I'll tell you how to change everything. Or Rajdeep is probably a lot better for this because he's the guy who set all this up. And this is what generates the code. And then from there, you've just got this exact same page set up every time, repeated and repeated and repeated. So here's the list, which gives all of these options. Okay, and we just want to whack another one in here. So I keep it going alphabetically. So I just copy that, hit enter. Whoop, it's gone over the side. Okay, and then let's just make mystery infection. Okay, and let's call it mystery. Hashtag mystery. Okay, so then if we save this, file, save, and over here we hit refresh, refresh, mystery infection. Now that's not going to take us anywhere because we don't have any pages to go to. Every time I click that, it does nothing. So then we want to go to open, open compound fracture. Okay, so let's find open. Oh, actually there's a lot of meropenums in there. Let's find hashtag open. Let the open fracture maze begin on line 12695. This is where we want to whack our mystery infection in between these two. So, very easy to do. I just keep using the same page format. Why change it? Don't fix it if it's not broken. So we just copy all that. So you can see it goes /open at the end, and that says the open page is over. So you can see this is the first little page, which asks if someone has a penicillin allergy, which it will always do. So we'll grab all of that, copy that, and then we'll whack that in here. Okay, and let's say let the mystery infection maze begin. Hashtag mystery. Page ID is mystery. So we want to keep our little disclaimer up the top. We want to change this to say mystery infection. Okay, and then yeah, we probably do want to ask the same question here. But let's say, just for example's sake, we want to change it from does the patient have a penicillin allergy to, you know, were they bitten by anything? See below for details on snake types. These little and hashtag 40 things, they're just a fancy way to say open bracket and close bracket. These span class things, that just says that there's font 15, that's this sort of writing. The nice blue writing. Okay, so let's say snake, spider, and jellyfish types. Okay, and let's say, okay, our patient was bitten by a jellyfish. In here, hashtag snake. And in here, hashtag, what was the other one? Spider. And we write, it's pretty repetitive, snake. Spider. Alright. And down the bottom we can just say, you know, something about snakes, whatever we want to write in there. And that will be one of these dot points at the bottom, everything between the two LIs. So it always starts with the LI and then ends with a /LI to close it off. So something about snakes and something else down the bottom. Alright, and that's all we need to do. And always remember just to change the bottom to say /mystery. So that page mystery is now over. So save this again. And we'll go to this, go home and hit refresh. And now if we click on mystery infection, oh, were they bitten by anything? See below for details. Jellyfish, snake or spider. And once again, if we try and click these, they're not going to go anywhere because they're all dead links. So we want to put some treatment recommendations in now. So all we have to do let's scroll up to the top. This looks like a treatment here, or actually this is probably a better one here. That's a better example, it's got a code in there. So we'll just copy this meningitis one. So we're just copying men 1B as our template to work off. Copy that, right click copy, whatever you want to do. And then we go down here, paste. Alright, and now we've got meningitis, but we don't want meningitis. We want a mystery jellyfish infection. So let's go hashtag jelly. We would normally put the details on how you got there. So start of mystery infection via jellyfish page, hashtag jelly. Page ID is jelly. So normally what I would do, you're welcome to do whatever you want, but I would actually change these and I'd say, you know, mystery 1, mystery 2, mystery 3, and then mystery 1A, mystery 1B, mystery 1C, just so you know how you got to that stage. But really, it's fine to write whatever you want in there, as long as it doesn't match another hashtag that's somewhere in this document. You're going to get away with it. I can tell you there's no jellies or snakes or spiders in there. So we've got our page ID as jelly. There's the header, there's the preamble, just to say if there's something wrong, let us know. In here we want to say empiric jellyfish treatment. Okay, and there's what it says, you know, whatever you shouldn't treat empirically with. So that and LT just means less than. It's just a fancy way to do it. So in a person with a jellyfish sting infection, treat with, and why not? We'll just write in cefotaxime. Let's say it's not ampicillin, so we want to get rid of all of this. We want to get rid of that and, so the P class margin 20B, and the B, which makes it bold, get rid of that. And every time you get rid of the P or the B, you always have to get rid of the corresponding /B and /P as well. So we've gotten rid of that. Now we've got the medicine section, medicine margin 20B, H4/H4. We want to get rid of ampicillin, so let's just get rid of everything between H4 and /H4. Done. Okay, so let's say yes, cefotaxime 6-hourly, and why not? If there's herpes simplex cephalitis, let's add acyclovir. That sounds great. Cool. This just gives a line, your HR, and then we've got the code. So that's between these two H4s will be the code. So code for cefotaxime and acyclovir, that's very lucky that it was the two we kept, is to document.write get code men. Now, we don't want it to be men, that's for meningitis. We want something called gel or something for jellyfish to match up with another corresponding code in the generator. If you do want to start writing a new type of code, let me know. Or if you just want the code generator updated, I think I'll make a second video on that. It's really simple, but probably not really for this one. But all you want to do is change that to gel, and however long you want the code for. So let's say we want it for 8 days. It's an 8-day treatment regime for a jellyfish infection. And then we change down here, this code is valid for 8 days only. IFD must be contacted. Treatment is to continue past 8 days. Or a lot of places call it ID. You can just get rid of that, you know. So there you go. And so let's say you did want to change from IFD to ID. You could probably assume that all of this text, there's not many places where you're going to be saying days only dot space IFD space must be. It's a pretty strange statement to say. So you can pretty well just go Control H and replace that with this and go replace all. And now 77 times that has been changed to say ID. So that's a nice little trick you could use. And there's all your little LIs once again, li/li. So we can change that to say whatever we want. So I'm just going to say hello. And we'll get rid of all these other ones. Alright. And that's it. And then your last thing to do is just to say //jelly. And your page is finished. And that's it. You've done a treatment page. Really easy. So then we'll go File, Save, and refresh it. Oh, we've gone to spider and snake. Let's just go home and refresh again. Sometimes if you've tried to open a dead link and then you refresh it and you build to the link, it doesn't like that too much. So we've got a mystery infection. Were they bitten by anything? Jellyfish. And a person with a jellyfish sting infection. Treat with cefotaxime 6-hourly, and if herpes simplex is suspected, add acyclovir. That's fine. Let's say maybe we wanted to put that ad on the next line. Well, that's pretty easy. There's the ad up here. We can just go break, hashtag the break, and that should do it. Save, refresh, add acyclovir. So a lot of this is just going to be messing around. You can see the code now says 80498, so that middle bit's just generated based on the day of the week. So it's Sunday today, and 498 is just a counter, which is counting up. And so that allows you 8 days for a jellyfish from day 498. And so there you have it. We got a little hello. I think that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So obviously there's a lot of things you can do here. I think you shouldn't underestimate the power of a word replace. That's going to help you a lot. But yeah, otherwise, pretty much knock yourself out. And always at the end of a section, I'll just copy this and I'll just put a little bit of text just to let people know that the mystery infection maze has ended. There we go. So it's over, even though we have, 2 dead links there. We'll just pretend we've done it. I think that's everything. Have a lot of fun. Don't be afraid to experiment. You can't break it. You just download a new index file and you can start fresh. And any questions at all, whack it up on the Free Camp forum, and hopefully we can start getting something really good happening here. So enjoy the rest of your day.